वो एनुअल इवेंट है और इंडिया में और गुजरात में सबसे बड़ा इवेंट है, क्योंकि उसमें करीब 10 या 12 कंट्री के लोग आते हैं स्पीकर के वजह से। ठीक है, तो इसके लिए आइडिया एक ही है कि मेनली अवेयरनेस क्रिएट करने का एंड लोगों को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा इन्वेंशन करे, इनोवेशन करे, संशोधन करे और उसका पेटेंट फाइल करे। आपको शायद मालूम होगा कि लास्ट ईयर 2023 में सबसे पहली बार इंडिया ने 90,000 पेटेंट फाइल किया है, जो करीब 20% इंक्रीज है उसके पहले के साथ। उसके पहले के साल में था करीब 75,000 पेटेंट फाइल किए थे। 2023 में 90,000 पेटेंट फाइल किए। दैट मीन्स कि हर रोज 250 पेटेंट्स फाइल हो रहे हैं इंडिया में अभी, और हर एक पेटेंट के पीछे एक इनोवेशन होता है। एंड हम जानते हैं कि पूरे दुनिया के जो देश होते हैं, छोटे या बड़े, ये इनोवेशन के बेस पे ही आगे जाते हैं। इसलिए ये ऐसे सेमिनार का महत्व ये है कि लोगों को एनकरेज करे कि आप इनोवेशन करो। एंड इनोवेशन बहुत बड़ी जरूर नहीं है, छोटे छोटे यूनिट, इंडिविजुअल एकेडमिक्स भी इनोवेशन कर सकते हैं जो समाज को, सोसाइटी को और इंडस्ट्री को काम लगे। तो उसका मुख्य उद्देश्य यही है कि इनोवेशन का बढ़ावा बढ़े और ज़्यादा पेटेंट हुए।
इस बार की कंक्लेव में कितने लोग इसमें पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं?
इसमें करीब 70 to 100 पीपल पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं, और बाहर से भी आए हैं, गुजरात के बाहर से, इंडिया से बाहर से आए हैं। और उसमें इंडस्ट्री वाले हैं, स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्री वाले हैं, रिसर्चर्स है एंड एकेडमिक इंस्टीट्यूशन वाले हैं। ये सभी का महत्व है ये पेटेंट और इनोवेशन के लिए।
Now, what is the role of Gujarat in this?
गुजरात इज प्लेइंग ए वेरी एक्टिव रोल। आपको शायद मालूम होगा कि होना चाहिए कि गुजरात इज द ओनली स्टेट विच गिव्स सब्सिडी, फाइनेंशियल असिस्टेंस फॉर फाइलिंग द पेटेंट। गुजरात स्टार्टअप में तो नंबर 1 है पिछले 3 साल से। गुजरात गवर्नमेंट गिव्स 75% फाइनेंशियल असिस्टेंस, 75% तक का फाइनेंस असिस्टेंस देकर किसी को पेटेंट फाइल करना है, उसके लिए गुजराती होने जरूर नहीं है, गुजरात में से ही फाइल करना है। उसको 75% तक खर्चा वापस मिलता है। ये बहुत अच्छी स्कीम है, उसकी वजह से ये गुजरात में काफ़ी काम हो रहा है इसकी वजह से।
So, what would you say? Introduce yourself.
आई एम पद्मित बूच, मेरा नाम पद्मित बूच है और मैं नेशनल और इंटरनेशनल लेवल के पेटेंट एक्सपर्ट हूँ करीब 15 साल से। जब पेटेंट का काम चालू हुआ था इंडिया में, तब सबसे पहला मैं था, और मैं नेशनल और इंटरनेशनल लेवल पर पेटेंट का काम करता हूँ।
Thank you.
थैंक यू।
Rajesh Kumar Acharya, the chief guest, Dr. Rajul Gajjar, Dr. Ukar, Padmin Bhai, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Okay, so being in the IPR domain, it's very, very difficult to say thanks. People usually don't give credit for the works usually you adopt from them. It's very difficult to say thanks to everyone. Especially on the Sunday morning when you don't have any alarms for Sundays. No, I'm not talking about myself. So yeah, first of all, I would like to thank to Padmin Bhai, who always, from the day one, always supports our organization, marketing.org, and always support to have more and more conferences and seminars like this for the spreading of awareness of the intellectual property rights. And of course, on a Sunday morning, he is also here with us. And I think he is also not believing on Sundays as well, right? We don't believe on Sunday as well. So we will have that presentation today, I think, for Papa Jalebi as well. So looking forward for that. I also like to thank our chief guest today, Dr. Gajjar. He is actually responsible for organizing more than, I think, 500 institutions, right? So she must work on Sundays as well to arrange such sort of things. But as far as GTU is concerned, I just like to tell you one thing. The GTU is a kind of an organization who always take care of spreading the awareness of the intellectual property rights. As far as academics and students is concerned, you need to secure 2 different things. First is the protection, and second, that if she is, may or will not going to infringe the intellectual property rights of others. Listen, ignorance of law is not justification of law, right? So, during the academics, you have to take care that the students should have a knowledge that she may not infringe the intellectual property rights of someone else. And rightly, she said that the initiative last year, I think, granted more than 29 patents, and at the same time, she may also, actually try to convince some students that, okay, this thing is patent or design or copyrights of someone else. Yesterday, we had a very good, thoughts from the US attorney that if not patent, we have a design, not design, we have a copyrights for a software and different things, not then any of our trademarks. We have each and every single option available for the protection under the intellectual property right. So this knowledge should be there in the mind of inventor, businessman, or any industrialist from the grassroots level. That is very important. So I'm really thankful that we have such kind of persons with us today, Dr. Gajjar. I'm really thankful to you, and thank you everyone.
An executive director at HKR Company. We have been doing this seminar for awareness of intellectual property since more than 17 years now. This is the 17th annual edition of having an international intellectual property in the city of Ahmedabad, wherein speakers from different countries are participating just to spread awareness and explaining the Indian industries on how the intellectual property is working in their own country and how Indians can take benefit by exporting their product, or not even exporting their product, just exporting the technology, how it can help, how they can earn a good revenue and a good royalty from that.
See, how many participants from India and from foreign countries?
From India, we have around 80 to 90 participants, and we have 15 speakers from different countries.
कुछ लोग हिंदी में. Okay, thank you.
Dr. Raju Gajjar, so he is our chief guest, and of course the Vice Chancellor of Gujarat Technological University. Particularly our guests from outside India, I would just like to tell that Gujarat Technological University is a very unique kind of organization. It's an umbrella organization under which all the technical institutions of the Gujarat state are there. It's a very unique concept where all the engineering colleges, pharmacy colleges, the management colleges, institutions are all under the one umbrella called Gujarat Technological University. And none can be better than Dr. Raju to head the organization. So, welcome, madam. I have the privilege and pleasure to know her since years, and that continues. That's the good part of it. Welcoming all of you is a pleasant task. I have associated with this conference from the day one. This is the 17th one. Okay, 17th anniversary, you can say. Yesterday, 39th anniversary, for different kind. The 17th anniversary. And when we organized the very first this conference, I was there. At that time I was the manager of JITCO. We decided to do something because at that time India was introducing the product patent. Okay, and that was a watershed, a landmark event in the history in the domain of intellectual property right. And me and Dr. Rajesh Bhai, we decided that we must tell people what is going to happen and what kind of consequences could be there for the industry, academic and research institutions. And we organized the very first such kind of international event in the city of Ahmedabad, and it became so successful. And we are so happy that people received it in the best possible manner. And then we decided that every year we should organize this. I must give credit to HKR and Company and Mark Patent team and the main people that they have continued this year by year, except those couple of years of pandemic. This is being organized every year, and this is a one of a kind of a conference in the field of intellectual property right. Look, the theme of each and every IPR conferences organized by Mark Patent has been always unique. And this year the theme is the Powerhouse. Yesterday we had an excellent presentation by Dr. Omkar. He elaborated in such a nice manner. Look, when we talk about power can be taken in a negative tone also. And here power is something which enables us. An enabling thing which is a power. Education, for example, what she is representing, is a power. Enlightenment is a power. Power is not authority. Power is enabling somebody that they can do better by this, and nothing can be better than innovation. So innovation is a power, but how do you convert innovation into a kind of power? To convert into and property, and that's all intellectual property all about. Every patent carries an innovation, and if you feel that okay, some of the innovations may not be useful, most of the innovations are useful. The society, the industry, the business goes further based on the innovations. So when we talk about the number of patents, it's not merely number game. Each patent is an innovation, and India is fortunate that we have reached a landmark stage. As you know, madam, this last year, 2023, India filed 90,000 patents. It is a landmark achievement. It is a jump of almost 17 to 18% over the previous years. In the previous year, we have filed about 75,000 patents. That means almost every day, almost 250 patents are filed in India. And as Dr. Omkar yesterday said, the number of patents granted was 75,000. The pendency, the granting of patent, the period of granting the patent has coming down. Okay, these are the features which is going to make intellectual property a powerhouse of Indian economy, Indian business. Okay, and let me tell you, business and industry are not in isolation; they are part of the society. So whenever anything happens good for the business and industry and economy, the society benefits, and that we have to take into account kind of thing. Another important feature of what is happening in India in terms of the innovations and IPR is the role of education institutions. And particularly, I would like to mention that because we have a distinguished personality like Dr. Raju with us. Now, the share of patent files by education institutions in the last 7 to 8 years has increased to almost 31 to 35%, which was earlier just 15%. So, it has doubled. This is not a small achievement, let me tell you. The students, the faculty and academicians who might be doing some kind of research are being encouraged by the overall ecosystem of Gujarat and India that they can do innovation and they can file the patent. And this ecosystem is what is going to make the intellectual property right a powerhouse. We have an excellent ecosystem. The students are encouraged, the researchers are encouraged, the faculty are encouraged from the very day, and they are encouraged to file the patent. Okay, and every patent, as I said, is an innovation. So this is the theme of the conference, and we are so fortunate that we also reached such a landmark. So this is the very right kind of composition to organize such an, and like to invite and welcome each and everybody to this 2-day conference. Yesterday we had an excellent day, and the speakers and the panel discussions were so good, enlightenment. And today again another line of galaxy of speakers have been lined up. I must say okay, all the speakers are good because I am one of them. Okay. But anyway, I am waiting for all of them to speak, and it's a learning process for all of you. So I welcome all of you once again, and particularly Dr. Raju. We are happy that she is one of the most busy person handling so many things, and coming on a Sunday is not easy. But she is a person who doesn't believe in Sundays, just like that. So. So welcome once again. She is the most appropriate person to have as a chief guest. Okay, thank you very much. Thanks, sir.
In structural disasters from MS University, Baroda. Dr. Gajjar has to her credit publications of more than 66 national and international research papers, has authored 4 books and has published 3 patents. Dr. Gajjar has supervised more than 30 PG and 8 doctoral students. She has led more than 38 high-end projects on international collaboration centers of excellence, research, innovation, accreditations, and ranking framework for excellence in engineering education, industrial and alumni outreach, internships, faculty, and student outcomes. I request. Thank you.
A very good morning, especially Dr. Acharya, Dr. Padmin Buch, Dr. Omkar, and Shri Bhatt, all the experts of the dais and the participants on a very fine Sunday morning. Usually Gujarat does not have such beautiful weather, and yes, it's beautiful. When the intentions are very high, the weather also helps us a lot. So it's a very interesting gathering that I see here, and congratulations for the 17th version of this international conference. It brings together all the minds, the stakeholders, from the knowledge to the innovators, the researchers, and the IP. Of course, the industry is always there in the background. Coming from an academic domain and having worked with industry a lot, because we are into engineering education, professional education, and there has been a lot of interaction over the years with the industry, there always had been an ecosystem which was very loosely structured. The ecosystem encouraged research. There was quite a lot of research outcomes, but those outcomes for quite some time were targeted towards publications, international and national level publications, and our researchers used to be really very happy getting accolades, getting acclaimed on those publications. The entire domain of IP had not been that proliferate, especially in India, for quite some time. And yes, it was there to a certain extent in the IITs, but as we went further into the grassroots level innovation, where the students, the undergraduate students from first year, second year started getting involved into the innovation ecosystem, is where we realized that, oh my God, there's so much that is happening, and we need to capture all of this, document all of this. That is where the documentation part started. That is where the big question of once you have a proof of concept, where do you go? What do you do about it? There were industries, multinationals, who were having their own in-house research ecosystems, where the research would be done, patents would be done, and there were two separate domains so far. So thanks to people like Dr. Padmin Buch and Mark Patent and Acharya and Sons, the whole concept of bringing IP into the academia, into the domain, where we can also bring in the industry, we can bring in the IP experts, is where things really started getting structured. That is where we realize that what you really are putting forth can be taken forward to the society, to the community, to the industries in a very structured manner, secured, protected. And I was looking at the entire turnaround, what has been happening so far. Just giving you an out-of-box example of how the innovation and the innovative mindset has helped the country so far. Giving you the best example of Chandrayaan 3. So when Chandrayaan 3 happened, everyone was looking at with shoulders squared and head held high, that this is what we are capable of and this is where we are going, this is the way to go. And so what was happening behind the scenes? There were so many scientists, there were so many professionals, there were so many outsourced projects, products spread across the country, geographically different locations, and everyone sent out their own parts, and finally it was all assembled and Chandrayaan will happen. Who were these innovators? Only the scientists, only the IIT graduates. They were coming all from tier 3 institutions across the country. This is where science has been happening. This is the potential. And so this whole ecosystem of IP has opened our eyes, and we have been, at GTU particularly, we have been working really very hard so that every innovator is given the opportunity. We have an entire ecosystem where students they are handheld, they can file patents. As of now, the institution which I was heading so far before I came to GTU was LD College of Engineering. Within 2 years, we were granted 29 patents. And again and again, this is where, I don't know how to put this into context. This was inspired.
My name is Kevin Murphy. I'm from the law firm of Warsh & Gehring in Manhattan, and I've been coming to India since 2009. I've represented Indian companies, Lupin Limited and Torrent Pharma in generic pharmaceutical actions. And so I love India and have come and represented Indian clients in U.S. litigation for years. This association that I have with the HK Asaria law firm and markpatent.org has been enormously beneficial to me to learn about India and ways that it has innovated in the last number of years, and to the extent that America can share in that innovation and growth to assist India in achieving real success in the American market.
See, how many patents are filed in US per year? How many patents are filed in US?
How are patents filed in the US?
Yeah.
How many?
How many patents are filed
How
per
the
year?
patents are filed? Sure. The U.S. inventor comes up with an idea and then sits down and determines what the prior art is, and then makes a judgment about whether or not the idea is patentable. Then, of course, they've got to go sit with an attorney for a number of hours, and the attorney talks to the inventor and determines whether or not there really is an invention here. And if there is, what we do is we draft something called a specification and then determine what the invention covers. And so those would be placed forth in something called claims, and the claims are then examined by the U.S. Patent Office, and then the issue is a patent after a number of years in a back and forth process called patent prosecution.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Ms. Agarwal. International organization having played an important role in various emerging issues and helped to find a solution by serving the society. We thank and extend our full support to the Rotary Club of Ahmedabad for their noble cause.
And co-organized by IDMA, JETRO, iHub, Cradle, USIIC, ITAMA, GPA, GCA.
Our knowledge partners, Institute of Law, Nirma University, Gujarat National Law University, Xavier Research Foundation, Sal Institute of Management, School of Law, Gujarat University, ICFAI, School of Law, Hyderabad.
We once again take this opportunity to thank our sponsors and co-organizers for making this seminar happen. Moving forward, I invite Mr. Padmin Puj to kindly deliver welcome address to this gathering.